3 flagship headphones, 3 different philosophies, and one question that's costing people $500 to get wrong. The Sony WH-1000XM6, the brand new AirPods Max 2, and the Bose QuietComfort Ultra 2nd generation. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one deserves your money, and which one is coasting on its brand name. Let's get into it. Here's the thing. In 2026, these 3 sit at the very top of the noise-canceling world, but they're priced wildly differently. The Bose is now hovering around $350 to $380 street price. The Sony XM6 launched at $450 and regularly drops to around $350 on sale. And the AirPods Max 2? $549, the most expensive of the bunch by a wide margin. Now, full transparency on how I do this. I've spent weeks with all 3, on flights, on trains, in noisy cafes, at my desk. I'm judging them on the things that actually matter day to day, not just spec sheets. So the real question isn't just which one sounds best in a quiet room. It's which one earns its place on your head and earns the price tag. We're going to settle this across 5 rounds: noise cancellation, sound quality, battery life, comfort and build, and features. Winner of the most rounds takes the crown. Let's go. First, the headline feature, noise cancellation. This is where all 3 are genuinely elite, but they get there differently. Sony's XM6 uses a new QN3 processor, 7 times faster than the old chip, driving a 12-microphone array. Reviewers are calling it the noise cancellation benchmark for 2025 and 2026. It is, on paper and in testing, the most aggressive canceller here. Apple went a different route. The AirPods Max 2 are powered by the H2 chip, delivering ANC that Apple claims is up to 1.5 times more effective than the original. In practice, reviewers say it now trades blows with Sony and Bose, especially on voices and sudden sounds, thanks to adaptive audio. And Bose? Bose's whole identity is noise cancellation. The QuietComfort Ultra 2 wins on one specific thing: out-of-the-box performance. No app, no tuning, no fiddling. You put them on and the world disappears. For pure set-it-and-forget-it silence, Bose is still the comfort king. Here's what that looks like in the real world. On a plane, the Sony swallows engine drones so completely it's almost eerie. The Bose does the same with zero setup. You don't even open an app. The AirPods Max 2 are now genuinely competitive, and they're actually the best of the 3 at killing sudden, sharp sounds like a baby crying or a door slamming, because adaptive audio reacts in real time. Round 1 verdict? Sony takes the raw crown for sheer cancellation depth, Bose takes effortless silence, and Apple is right there with them, and arguably ahead on unpredictable noise. Call it a 3-way tie at the top, with Sony just nudging it. Now, sound. Because canceling noise is pointless if the music doesn't move you. The Sony XM6 is being called the best-sounding Sony headphone ever made. Deep, powerful bass, clean vocals, and a balanced signature that holds together even at high volume. Plus, it's the only one here with LDAC for high-res Android streaming and a 10-band EQ for tuning nerds. The AirPods Max 2 got a brand new high dynamic range amplifier. Reviewers describe the sound as remarkably clean, rich, and detailed, and crucially, the H2 chip fixed the treble harshness that divided people on the original. One reviewer scored its bass and dynamics a perfect 10. Bose keeps its signature: generous bass, warm mids, polished highs that never get harsh. It's a crowd pleaser. And the 2nd gen finally added a cinema mode, head-tracked spatial audio that makes movies genuinely immersive. Let me put it simply. If you want to tweak and perfect your sound, Sony hands you the tools. That 10-band EQ and LDAC are a real advantage. If you want the most effortlessly impressive, dynamic, hit-you-in-the-chest sound, and you own an iPhone, the Max 2 is genuinely jaw-dropping. And if you just want music that sounds warm, full, and easy to love right out of the box, Bose delivers every time. This round is close,
But the Sony's flexibility and the Apple's raw dynamics edge out Bose's safe tuning. I'll give it to Sony and Apple jointly. This round is brutal, and it's not close. The Sony XM6 is rated at 30 hours with ANC on, and independent testing pushed it past 37 hours. That's intercontinental flight territory. Bose matches the rating, 30 hours with ANC, dropping to about 24 with immersive audio on. Solid, dependable. And the AirPods Max 2? 20 hours. That's it. Apple did not improve the battery at all over the original. 20 hours versus Sony's 30+ is the single biggest weakness in the entire Apple package. Think about what that means practically. With the Sony, you can fly Chicago to Tokyo, watch movies the whole way, land, and still have charge left for the cab ride. With the AirPods Max 2, you're hunting for an outlet halfway across the Pacific. And remember, these are headphones you'll keep for years, so that gap compounds every single week. Round 3 goes decisively to Sony, with Bose a close second and Apple in a distant, frankly disappointing last place. Let's talk about what they actually feel like on your head for hours. The Sony XM6 is almost entirely plastic, which sounds cheap, but it makes them light, just 254 grams, and Sony brought back folding hinges for travel, soft cushions, easy all-day wear. Bose is the comfort benchmark, around 260 grams, plush protein leather cushions, and a fit that reviewers consistently call the most comfortable in the category. And then there's the AirPods Max 2. Premium aluminum, gorgeous build, but heavy. 385 grams, the heaviest here by a lot. And Apple refused to fix the complaints from the original. Same weight, same divisive case that doesn't actually protect them, and still no real power button. I wore each of these for an 8-hour workday. The Bose, I forgot I was wearing. The Sony was nearly as comfortable and folds down small enough to toss in a bag. The AirPods Max 2 looked the most beautiful sitting on my desk. That aluminum is gorgeous. But after a few hours, the weight made itself known, and the so-called smart case still leaves the headband fully exposed. Comfort round? Bose takes it, Sony a very close second, and the AirPods Max 2 trades long-wear comfort for that premium metal feel. This is where it gets personal, because the right pick depends on the phone in your pocket.
The AirPods Max 2 are unbeatable if you live in Apple's world. Instant pairing, seamless device switching, personalized spatial audio, conversation awareness, and now a live translation right in the headphones. But step outside iPhone and iPad and you lose most of the magic. There's no LDAC, and Android users get a stripped-down experience. The Sony XM6 is the power user's dream regardless of platform. A deep companion app, multi-point for 2 devices, DSS-EE upscaling, adaptive sound control, and that 10-band EQ. It's the most flexible, most customizable option here. Bose sits in the middle. Clean app, multi-point, aptX adaptive with lossless over USB-C, and that new cinema mode. Less to tinker with, but everything just works. So this round genuinely depends on you. If every device you own has an Apple logo, the AirPods Max 2 experience is frictionless in a way nothing else here can match. And live translation alone might sell some of you. If you mix Android, Windows, and iOS, or you just like having control, Sony is the obvious choice. And if you want smart features without a learning curve, Bose threads that nettle nicely. Ecosystem round, it's a split decision. Apple for the loyalists, Sony for the power users, Bose for the minimalists. So after 5 rounds, who actually wins? If you want the best all-rounder, full stop, it's the Sony WH-1000XM6. Best-in-class noise canceling, the longest battery by far, the most features, the most flexible sound, and it's often the cheapest of the 3 on sale. For most people watching this is the one to buy. If you live and breed Apple and money is no object, the AirPods Max 2 are spectacular. The best sound dynamics here and unmatched smart features. Just know you're paying $549 for a 6-year-old design with 20-hour battery. You're buying the ecosystem, not the value. And if comfort and simplicity matter most, if you just want to put them on and have the world go quiet with zero fuss, the Bose QuietComfort Ultra 2 is the easiest recommendation at the friendliest price. My pick? For pure value and capability, the Sony XM6 takes it. But honestly, there's no wrong answer here, only the wrong answer for your specific life. So tell me in the comments, which one are you leaning toward, and what's the deal breaker for you? If this breakdown saved you from a $500 mistake, hit that like button and subscribe. I test the gears so you don't have to gamble. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.